Hi, and welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So today I woke up, um, you know, I kind of woke up late because I went to bed late, you know, suffering from insomnia. I ended up taking my sleeping medication early, but I still couldn't go to sleep. With the heavy renewal monitoring, which they do on a daily, it's very difficult for me to go to sleep. This is one of the symptoms that where you have the lack the inability to sleep because uh, the lack of melatonin produced by the brain that regulates sleep, it's interfered and disrupted by radio and microwave frequency signals. Okay. um, so anyway, so I woke up probably about after 1 in the afternoon. They started with the car honking um, at breakfast, and I called Pam to ask her how did she make it at the house with the kids. Right? I asked her, did the kids get to school on time and stuff like that. Right? That was it. During the conversation, she proceeded to keep me on the phone for an hour. I said to her, I said, all right, well, listen, I'll talk to you later, what have you. She's like, no, 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 this and that. Right? But this is what they do. Okay? This is what they do. And again, talking about, and this is going to be a perfect segue because you know she is in league with the white supremacists on the police force. Okay, the white racists on the police force. They have recruited her uh, into their cult. They have used her, okay, to be my handler and to uh, dismiss what I say. So today I'm talking to her, and she's like, I said, I was talking to something. I said, you act as if, again, this is what she does. Well, she totally ignore the fact of my disability. She totally ignore, you know, the fact that I am on disability. She totally ignore that. Okay, so she thinks that I should, uh, you know, when it comes to because the fact that she puts a roof over the kid's house, over the kid's head, you know, that like I said, I buy most of the kids' clothes, whatever they need, and other things I buy for them. Okay, so like I said, not like if I don't take care of my kids. All right, and yes, she pays the rent because they live with her, and pays cable bill. They live with her. Okay, and there was a time when I was paying her cable bill. Okay, there was a time when I was also helping her uh, uh, pay her car insurance. Okay, and I was on disability. Okay, but again, this is a narrative, and they're using the every time I say that when I say disability, they're using the police sirens. Yeah, you're not going to try to uh, manipulate me or try to threaten me, right? Because I'm on disability, right? It's like, and like I said, they did this to me, right? It was inside the police station that I was microchipped, I was drugged, brainwashed. Okay. Next thing you know, I'm starting to be followed. When I encounter police on the street walking towards me, they'll grab their side weapons. This went on for years. Okay, food poisoning. When I go to IHOP, I always had food poisoning. I used to take my kids with me, and the funny thing is that they never had food poisoning. Only me, right? And I'll show you guys the video of these gang stalkers, these organized stalkers. Okay, so when I think about back about all the honey traps that they set my way, and this is what it is. It is honey traps. Okay, don't be mistaken. Don't be misled. If you're a TI, right? These are setups, whether they're women or men, depending on who whether you're homosexual or heterosexual. See, I'm heterosexual. They tried the the gay thing that didn't work with me, right? Because what these white racists are doing, particularly if you're a black person, and like I said, you love black people, you want to do what's best for black people, they will try to destroy you. If they cannot control you, they will destroy you. And they know they cannot control me. Okay, so what do they have to do? Take away your resources. They have to destroy your relationships, right? They have to engage in psychological warfare. economical warfare, what I call economical castration and psychological castration. This is what they have to engage in because of the narrative that they put forth. And the sad thing about it is that you have people that look like, as a black person, there are people that look like me and other black people who are fully divested in the white racist cults and institutions because they think about themselves, right? And what they can get out of it, okay, in terms of materialism, okay? I don't think like that. They tried to bribe me, you know, to be a gatekeeper. No, I'm not. I'm not your gatekeeper, right? Because how I think is, how can I be a black person who, and this is hypothetical, right? Who is wealthy, and I look around and I see other groups of people, Jewish people, um, you know, Caucasian people, Asian people, and I see that they build financial institutions, they build businesses, right? And I know as a black person in America that the history of America when it comes to dealing with black people who create businesses is to either destroy it, they'll find some way to destroy that person's business. And mind you, every institution worked together to destroy black people, particularly those black people who want to build and create things so that black people in general can benefit. It's the same thing that every other group does. But we as black people, we're not allowed to do that. We're not. We're simply not. And that's the truth. You know, it's not that black people are lazy. Black people are the hardest working people. The hardest working people in America are black people. The hardest working. Yeah, you may say the Hispanics, whatever. No. No. Black people are the hardest working people in America. The most religious, but in the worst of condition. Okay? So, like I said, if they cannot, as a black person, if they cannot use you for their benefit, they're going to destroy you. And that's what they've been doing. They have been knocking off the kings and the queens, the warriors, off the chessboard. They do it when we're young in order to keep us under surveillance, to incarcerate us, to put us into mental institutions. Because the minute they know a black person wants to change the system of white racism, they leave nothing off the table, including attacking that person, their spouse, their family members, their children, and they will even get family members and friends to participate. Go read about the programs at Zoom, COINTELPRO. Okay? So, that's one of the things, like I said, I would not be a gatekeeper. And they're going to keep trying. They're going to keep trying and trying and trying. So I get a text tonight, and you guys can see it here, June 5th, Monday, June 5th. Right, let me do this. Here you go, Monday, June 5th at 11:11. This is from Pam, my kids' uh, um, mother, right? My two youngest. It says, send me a link, join PsyOps. Join Live Ops. I sound like PsyOps, Live Ops. So they will always find ways in order to engage in these type of subliminal messages, right? Now, when I clicked on the link, I realized, you know what? Let me go back. Let me take a screenshot because the last time I remember her sending me a link to a website is when my phone got hacked. Is when they installed the spyware, the Pegasus software on my phone. Okay. then when I went back, because I wanted to do a video on it, the link disappeared. It was no longer in my text messages. So I said, okay, let me do a screenshot of this one. Then I went online to see what Lives Up is. Also, before I continue, so so when you read the link, okay, let me hold on a sec. Let me do this. All right. So when you read the link, you'll see the word like war, again, psychological warfare, right? And again, like I said, there's a reason why she's sending me this. I'm like, why are you? I'm thinking to myself, she didn't call me to talk to me about it. She just sent me the link, like I'm supposed to know what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? Which again is very, very strange. Okay, so let me go to the website. All right, and you'll see it says here, become an agent. Oh, are you trying to recruit me? No, no, thank you. I don't want to become an agent. Okay, I want to take down the agency. All right, because it's corrupt, it's evil, they're criminals, right? They're murderers. All right, they're oppressors. So no, don't want to become no agent. Um, and again, what kind of agent would I become? Agent of what? Right? So it says virtual flexible talent that strengthens your brand. The Virtual Flex platform powers our distributed contact center that delivers a cost-effective solution for both planned and unplanned CX needs, delivering great customer experiences from agents who are inspired to work for your brand. Again, you don't just send somebody this. I mean, you don't call to talk to me and say, hey, I'm going to send you this link about this and this and such. So why is she sending me this? Right? Think about this. Why is she sending me this? Okay, so Virtual Flex delivering better CX outcome with the right talent at the right time. Build your brand with each interaction. Again, what? I don't have a brand. Or are they just trying to send me this to try to mock me, right? My videos on YouTube, the targeted individual program. See, they love to do these jab when they think that they are, you know, when their lies and their false narrative is being believed, right? Because they understand how society has been conditioned, particularly over the past 2 decades, where you start to see this whole cancel culture. Okay, but you always got to look at, look deeper than what you're being told. You gotta ask questions, and if you cannot ask questions, they don't want you to ask questions, then something is wrong. If they don't want you looking for the truth, then something is wrong. Right? If they don't want you listening or hearing the truth, then something is wrong. Because what it means is that they built this program on deception and lies. Yeah, they may throw in some truth in there. So let's say if you're manipulated into committing a crime, yes, it's true you commit the crime, but what the what people won't understand is that you were manipulated. You were psychologically manipulated. Okay, you could have possibly been drugged. Right? There's all these things that, again, people don't ask questions because they just, what they give them, particularly by those within the media. Okay, and we know about law enforcement, the FBI, the CIA. We know they're a bunch of liars. So I don't know why people will even not want to look further into what it is that they are putting out there, whatever narrative, right? I mean, come on, we got to think. We got to think. Okay? So when I see things like this, particularly when she sends me things like this, I always say to myself, why is she sending me this? How does this relate to me? And it doesn't. like I said, unless they're trying to, because again, they understand how they condition you, how you've been brainwashed, right? So, like I said, no, I don't want to become an agent. Sorry, I'm not gonna be a gatekeeper. My job, my purpose is to bring the system down, and as Malcolm X says, by whatever means necessary. Now they're gonna keep attacking me. They're gonna keep doing whatever they're gonna have to do. They're gonna get whoever they're gonna have to get. Then they're just gonna have to do that. But they're not gonna silence me, and I will never become part of this. Join this cult. Never. But I understand what they do. They make your life very difficult, right? So you can do what? Give up, give in, say, okay, I'll join. No. As Dr. Ben, I always remember these words Dr. Ben says. And he says, I know my poverty is rooted in my struggle. My people, poverty is rooted in our struggle. Okay? It is an external cause, right? It is covert warfare. It is biological warfare. It is human sexual warfare. It is reproductive warfare. It is chemical warfare. It is psychological warfare. It is environmental warfare. Educational warfare. Because as a black person, I know that we are at war. But there's too few of us who understand that we are at war. There are too many of us who have been programmed with this false consciousness. We're too in love with our oppressors. We're too in love with whiteness and want to be like them, but we're not. And they are very good, because as I said, one of their greatest inventions is psychological manipulation. Okay, let me apologize for the hand movement. Like I always got to keep conscious when I'm doing this video to not do that, particularly in front of the camera. That's one of the things that they do too, right? So anyhow, so they have been, you know, it's a continuous thing that they try to do, continuously. Okay, and I am not going to be part of their live ops or agent or what have you. No, thank you. So when I look at, like I said, I look at these things, and I'm like, and as I'm scrolling up, it's funny too, because whenever if I look at a video or I'm looking at a picture of a person, if it's a black man, a black woman, they're always using the police sirens, right? And it's a white man, it's a white woman, they use the car honking, right? I gotta, I'm gonna look deeper into that, okay? But no, thank you. No, thank you. See, I just pulled up to the white guy. He had a car honking. Go up to the black woman. Nothing. Nothing. No car honking at all. All right. So yeah. So what does that tell me? Oh, I just passed this woman, white woman with her dogs, and they're doing projecting the sniffle sound. Okay. But they don't do that when I'm scroll past black men and black women. All right. Okay, like I said, it makes no sense. It make no sense at all as to why she would send me this. Didn't even call and talk to me about it. Say, hey, what this is about, what have you. Because even though I'm reading it, I'm still the age of entrepreneurs. I mean, I don't, I'm not going to spend all night looking at this because it makes no sense to me, and I'm not going to engage in any sort of I'm not going to further engage in looking at this, because again, this is all part of their type of subliminal message, right? The psyops, live ops, always live operations against me. I already know that. But anyhow, you know, it. I have to laugh because I understand their program so well, the manipulation, the deception so well, that and the fact that, again, how they look at you when they do these things, right? What you exhibit in terms of whether through the microchip, monitoring your emotions, your thought patterns, um, is to see if you exhibit the fight or flight. Okay, so just like Saturday when me, Pam, and the kids went downtown to the menswear house and to Nordstrom, what have you. Um, the relentless attack. So I had to pull up my phone and bring up my colors. And let me show you guys. I'm gonna pause. Okay, so here's a series of colors that they use a lot, and so I just make a color swatch and I fill the screen with it, and I start flashing it in their face. Okay, now there are other colors that they use that I don't really use so much, but I find that these colors, particularly the bright colors, is one that affects them. So when I use it, they usually look away or look down or not even turn around, or they turn around away from looking at these colors, right? So again, this is something that they will use. So if you're a TI, this is not meant to trigger you. I'm just giving you an example of what you can do to uh, uh, excuse me, hold on a sec. All right, so I want to get back to this. So yeah, just as you know, when you do these things, you develop your defense mechanisms. You use them. You use them because it will aid in affecting them like how they affected you. Okay, and so yeah. But anyhow, that's what I want to say. Because again, they always will do these things, and I need to always remember when getting links from her, particularly to not open them up. Particularly if it's not like a YouTube link or anything like that, to not open them up because, like I said, what they had embedded uh, the the spyware. It was a link that she had sent me, and when I click on the link, nothing happened. The link just it opened up and then it just closed, right? So whatever site it was just closed right away, and then it disappeared. So I couldn't even do a video on it. And then from that moment onward was when they really had. That's when they installed the Pegasus software on my phone, right? And this was years ago, right? So again, I just want again show you guys the type of things that they do. All right, so I will talk to you guys on the next video.